I'm Johnny Vegas, and you're listening to KopTalk with Dunk. And all you other Liverpool sites, just stop embarrassing yourself, all right?
Yo, what up? This your boy Smooth, straight from New York. You're listening to KopTalk Podcast. Remember this, you never walk alone, but if you fuck with us, you walk with a limp.
All right, guys, how's it going? It is Tuesday, the 19th of September, 2023, and you're listening to the KopTalk Podcast. That's right. How the devil are you? Well, listen, I'm here 2 days in a row. I mean, there's not much to talk about, but we'll find something to talk about, won't we? I don't know if you saw this, but Michael Edwards, the former Liverpool sporting director, was at Old Trafford at the weekend to watch Manchester United play Brighton. We haven't really heard much about him since he's left Liverpool, right? Or we certainly haven't heard of him cropping up in too many places. We've seen various news reports about what's next, maybe, or what projects he's working on and things like that. But he was spotted at Old Trafford at the weekend. It was Mike McGrath that put this out from the Telegraph. Maybe somebody else put it out as well, but I know he did. So there's a lot of Man United fans are going, oh, maybe he's going to come to us, and all that. The latest Premier League odds, this is by Betfair, and they think, no surprises, that Manchester City will win the league. They are their favourites at 4-11. That means you have got to put £11, dollars, euros on to make for profit. It's a little bit risky, do you not think? Although, are you buying money? Because Man City are expected to smash it, right? So maybe that's not bad odds. Arsenal are down as second favourites, 11-2, which means if you put $2, pounds, euros on, you would make 11 profit if it came off. Liverpool, third favourites, 6-1, and then it's a big jump to Tottenham, 22-1, Newcastle 33s, Brighton 40, Chelsea 50, Man United 66-1. Incredible odds. It's something that many years ago nobody would have ever thought possible, but they are huge odds, but I guess the bookies think it's impossible. What have we got for you today? Are you looking forward to the football this week? Are you looking forward to the Europa League? I'm not, to be honest with you. Jurgen Klopp already, spoke a little bit about it the other day. And said, first and foremost, I think we all have to make sure that we all respect the competition in the right manner, that we respect the opponents in the right manner. Wherever we go, people want to know. It will be a massive game for the teams. Everybody who comes to Anfield, it will be a massive game. In the Champions League, it was the same, but it will be here as well. And we have to be 100% ready for that. We want to go as far as somehow possible. I would love to go to the final, obviously, but I have no clue if we can reach that because there will be a lot of fantastic football teams in between us and that target, so we have to make sure we perform. We'll all watch it, we all want to win it, but it's not the Champions League, is it, Former Arsenal defender Lee Dixon has been speaking about Liverpool new boy Alexis McAllister. He said, I think he will get better. This is no disrespect, and it's difficult saying it because he has won the World Cup, but it's not international football. It's a different prospect playing week in and week out at Anfield and then away from home. He's a really good footballer, and the system might not suit him right now. He will come to his form when they get that right. He is a quality player. Okay, so Newcastle's Bruno, right? He keeps being linked with us, right? And there's a suggestion that his new deal at St James's Park could have a release clause in the excess of £100 million inserted into it. According to Ben Jacobs has made quite a name for himself since Liverpool Football Club apparently went up for sale last November. Anyway, just as a matter of interest and just because there's fuck all to talk about, he said, it is possible that there will be a release clause inserted into the new deal. So in other words, you don't even fucking know. That's maybe the most interesting part of all this, because if you're Newcastle and there is a release clause, you're going to inform that the release clause You're going to inform that release clause based on Declan Rice and Moses Caicedo. I think that means insert, doesn't it? I don't know. It's going to be a very high number, well in excess of £100 million. If you're the player, you may want that release clause because it gives you an out if Newcastle, for example, don't get Champions League football. But then he goes on to say that his camp will have to decide whether it's better to have a giant release clause or no release clause in terms of potentially being open to a move in the long term. I don't know about you, but that sounded like a right load of shite, didn't it? The fuck did that mean? It's possible that there will be a release clause. Should we all just become journalists? It's possible that there might be a release clause. There might be one, but there might not be one. And if there is, it'll be high. Really? Oh, we were thinking it'd be around 5 million. You know what I'm saying, Ben? What an umpty. Okay, after a strong start of 4 wins from our first 5 games, Liverpool return to Premier League action on Sunday when West Ham visit Anfield. Okay? Obviously, Liverpool have got this midweek game first, but then the Premier League is back. And we're just looking at the fixtures here. The next 5 fixtures. So you've got September 21st, Lask away in the Europa League. September 24th, West Ham United at home in the Premier League. And then 3 days later on the 27th, it's Leicester City at home in the League Cup. And another 3 days later, it's Tottenham away in the Premier League. And on October the 5th, it will be Royal Union Saint Gilloise, them at home as well. So let's have a look at this. I want to have a look at this. Just a minute, because I don't know anything about that. About that club at all. It's a Belgian professional football club. There you go. I obviously did not pay attention to the draw, or maybe I did, but I've got a memory like a sieve. I'm just getting. I was just to say I'm getting something up, but that wouldn't sound right, would it? Union SG. There we go, Union SG. I'm looking at the more friendly version of that. After that, then we've got like Brighton away, and then we've got the Merseyside derby on Saturday, the 21st of October. I loved that game, mate. I do. I really loved that fixture. So, anyway, is there anything else I can tell you about? Probably not. So, I know I'm talking a lot of guff to you today. But I want to try and get some content out to you. Now, according to reports in Spain, Liverpool are eyeing a move for buying Leverkusen's left-sided defender Piero Hincapie. I have no idea. These reports say that the Ecuadorian could cost Liverpool in excess of £47 million. And the article says the transfer of the South American player could be closed for a figure that would be around €55 million, being one of the most expensive in the history of the Anfield club. All this after, at 20 years old, he has stood out in the Bundesliga for his defensive leadership, something that would have to be transferred to a Premier League where the demand would be much greater due to the high level of the majority of equipment. This is a terrible episode, but I said I'm going to record an episode for you whether there's news or not. This is why, guys, I have these like little breaks and I go, there's nothing to talk about because it's a load of shite in it. Right, let's have a look. Divock Origi made his first appearance back in the Premier League yesterday, featuring from the bench for Nottingham Forest in their 1-1 draw with Burnley. The ex-Liverpool striker joined the Tricky Trees on loan from AC Milan this summer and is certain to receive a warm reception when Forest make the trip to Anfield next month. He's a bit of a cult hero around Anfield, right? But I don't know. He didn't set the world on fire for me. There you go. But he'll get a warm reception, obviously, because he's been. He's all right. He's all right. Right. Let's move on. Let's have a look at the mainstream media. See what they're claiming today. See if there's anything more exciting over there. The Daily Mail, Chelsea and Bayern Munich are keeping an eye on Aaron Ramsdale, 25, after the England and Arsenal goalkeeper was dropped for the Gunners match against Everton on Sunday. Reports in Spain say Man United are preparing a bid for Bayern Munich and Germany forward Serge Gnabry, with the club ready to offer around £52 million for the 28-year-old. 442 say Atletico Madrid and Uruguay centre-back Jose Maria Gimenez, 28, is also of interest to Manchester United. The Daily Mail, Newcastle are considering making a £52 million bid for West Ham midfielder Lucas Paqueta. The 26-year-old was linked with Man City in the summer, but the move collapsed following an investigation into alleged betting breaches by the Brazilian. Daily Mail, Manchester United staff have expressed concerns about the growing involvement of manager Erik ten Hag's agent Kees Vos in the club's transfer activity. Oh, that's a bit interesting. The Times, the home nations and Republic of Ireland will have to play qualifying matches for Euro 2028, even if they are tournament hosts under a plan being considered by UEFA. The Times say Everton's prospective new owners, 777 Partners, would have to pay back £140 million in loans provided by two other lenders for the club's new stadium if their takeover of the Toffees goes through. Football Insider say West Ham have opened talks with 33-year-old Jamaica striker Michail Antonio over a new contract. 90 Min, as discussed yesterday, say that England defender Trent Alexander-Arnold is close to agreeing a new deal with Liverpool, despite interest from Barcelona and Real Madrid and the 24-year-old. Fabrizio Romano says Man City's Portuguese midfielder Bernardo Silva, 29, will cost his next club just £50 million thanks to his new contract, including a release clause. Reports in Spain say that Spanish goalkeeper David De Gea, 32, is wanted by Real Betis after leaving United. The Athletic French defender Julian Biancone, is that right? 23, has completed a permanent move from Forest to Olympiacos. Fabrizio Romano says Liverpool Montevideo's Fabrizio Diaz, 20, is moving to Qatar club Al Gharafa, with the Uruguayan midfielder having attracted interest from Brighton and Barcelona. And Fabrizio Romano also says that German midfielder Julian Draxler, 29, has joined Qatari side Al Ahly SC from PSG on a permanent deal. And finally, Chelsea's 19-year-old English defender Alfie Gilchrist has extended his contract by a further year until June 2025. Now, before I give a shout out to the squad, I have put a couple of videos out today for you. Jared Bowen is the subject of one of those videos, and Computer Says No is another video which is talking about a supercomputer that's, I think it's ran predictions 100,000 times and it's got Liverpool coming as second. So a couple of videos on KopTalk.tv. Just type in www.koptalk.tv and it should go straight to YouTube. That's about it, guys, to be honest with you. And this, I don't know, if you're happy with these little short updates, these are probably the normal length of some podcasts, to be honest with you, by the time we're finished. I like to really get stuck into things. But if you've got any emails, please do send them, podcast@koptalk.com, or go to koptalkpodcast.com and fill in the contact form. So let's give a shout out to the squad, the lovely people that do support this podcast and that are very loyal to me. You can support this podcast for the equivalent of buy me a coffee once a month. That's right. All you have to do is go to www.koptalkpodcast.com, and as a supporter of the podcast or on any of the tiers, you get all the adverts removed. You can listen to the archive, or you can listen to exclusive episodes when we do them. We haven't done any for a while, so I don't want to mislead you on that front. But basically, it's about supporting the podcast. It's like buying me a beer or a coffee once a month, and you get all the adverts removed. So the next time, the next time after joining, every episode you listen to will have no adverts in. Easy peasy. KopTalkPodcast.com. So a shout out to the supporters. We have Ricky Harris, Liam Buckland, James Braid, and we got Hillary as well. We have Wayne Brown, Vincent, Tom Brown, Simon, Phil, Mark Bingley, Jimmy, Jamie, Harry, Hamza, 1996. We've got Glyn in there as well, and Aaron. We also have then our members, which is Dale Baker and Craig Halford, Tyler Dean Williams, Paul MC, Matt Meeker, James Lee, Jack Rudgley, Clint. We've got Big Wave Dave, and we have Andrew Evans. And then we have the legends. Yeah, the legends. Michael Couchman, John Watt, David Sutcliffe, and Adam Naylor. www.koptalkpodcast.com if you want to join your squad. Very grateful to you guys that I've just given a nod to, because you're very loyal to me. And if it wasn't for you guys, there wouldn't be a podcast. That is for sure. So I'm afraid, guys, that's your lot for today. There is nothing to tell you about. I'm just taking another look. Germany are close to completing the formal agreement to appoint Julian Nagelsmann as new head coach of the national team. Details have been discussed on salary, as he will take a pay cut. Bayern are prepared to terminate Julian's contract. This is coming from Fabrizio Romano, which is obviously important because, you know, Jurgen Klopp has been mooted in there as a possibility as well. So, but I don't think there was any, you know, chance of that happening at all at the moment. One day, yes, but not at the moment. So, I will sign off. I know it's not a great podcast, guys, but it is something. Your emails help. So, you know, I would love to read your emails out, podcast@koptalk.com, if you've got anything you'd like to say. And, yeah, that's it. I feel like I let you down, even though I've done an episode for you, but I can't help what's out there and what's not out there. So I am here all the time. I'm trying to do my best for you guys. I'm conscious of the podcast not getting updated often. And it is just a case of like, well, there's now to talk about. I'm going to be talking about a load of shite, and that's what I feel like I've just done. But that's it. That's all there is. So we'll keep at it, and we'll try again tomorrow, and hopefully we'll have something decent to talk about. All right, guys, listen, if you are a patron on the podcast, thank you so much.